Time now for Eyewitness News. Call 12 for action. A Cranston landlord says squatters have ruined her life. When she couldn't get rid of them, she called problem solver Susan Hogan for help.
Imagine the frustration. You're a landlord and you've got people living in your apartment rent-free. They refuse to pay, refuse to leave, and as this woman found out, the law wasn't on her side. Mona Lisa is busy enough running her Cranston hair salon. She thought her other job as a landlord would be easier. Boy, was she wrong.
I kept seeing a familiar face over and over, and I asked her, "Who are you?"
Mona rents out the second floor of her salon. Back in the fall, she noticed a woman other than her tenant hanging around the apartment.
She said she was only going to stay till the end of the month to help this person make the rent.
But when the end of the month came and her paying tenant moved out, that's when the problems, big problems, began.
The tenant moved out and these people stayed.
And stayed for months. Various people, men, women, children, all living upstairs in Mona's apartment, she says, rent-free. They continued living there well into the winter. So, Mona, they are actually even so brazen as to get mail here? Mona says she pleaded with police to kick them out, but they told her to get a lawyer to have them evicted.
So now I have to wait for the process. I have to hire an attorney, which now I have no money.
With no rent income now for 5 months, Mona is out $5,000. That's when she called 12 for action. It's Susan Hogan from Channel 12. Can you open up? We confronted the squatters who had nothing to say. She hasn't gotten rent from you guys at all, and you've trashed this place.
Drives me crazy. It drives me crazy because where's the justice? Who's going to help me?
Mona did eventually go to court, and the squatters were ordered to move out in a month and pay Mona some of the back rent. But when they moved out and Mona went upstairs, she was horrified. Look at what she found. Holes in the walls, broken doors, knobs, ripped off appliances, filth everywhere.
They just come in, destroy, and I'm holding the bag.
In Rhode Island, a rental agreement can be an oral agreement or a written agreement. Now,
consumer attorney Chris Lefebvre says it was a mistake for Mona to allow someone else to help pay the rent who wasn't on the lease.
In this case, the landlord was aware of the fact that this person was living there, allowed it to happen, and then when things got to an unbearable point, then they decided they had to evict. And
something's got to be done. Do you know how many people have to foreclose because tenants don't pay their rent?
Now, this is a story that we've been working on since the winter, and still months later, Mona says she has yet to receive a dime from those squatters, and she doesn't expect to either. I'm problem solver Susan Hogan, Eyewitness News.